Right. So there's a lot of idiots and fools, in my opinion,
In Parliament.
everywhere. To be honest,
okay.
in general, right? There's a lot of idiots, right? That seem to have a narrative and want and desire to tax the rich. They think taxing the rich somehow is gonna save them from their miserable life, their poor life, their suffering, their low pay, whatever. And I say that's a bad idea.
Look,
It's an insane idea.
absolutely. What happens when you tax rich people or you tax those that put money into the economy?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Let's just say you've got a
Well,
business.
they're rich. They can just get up. They're not like me or you that can just, have to stay here for a bit and then want to leave. Like, they can just pack it up and leave.
If they're a rich business owner and their business is stationed in the UK, they're going to move that business to another location where it doesn't negatively tax them too much and penalise them for doing well.
And a lot of people have already left the UK,
Yeah, lots of companies.
I see it on TikTok. Even like normal guys that have their own companies, like small guys.
Is that they've decided to go to Dubai?
Yeah, they're on Dubai. They're on Dubai or for some reason Thailand. I don't know why. There's a lot of
Thailand's very cheap to live.
But then can you make money there?
Yeah, you can. But they probably move between the.
Well, my trade.
Yeah, you can still do it.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about the visa requirements, but look, this is what happens when you tax a business owner.
Yeah.
You have to take into account it's taken him maybe 10 or 15 years of commitment to have a business that employs people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? If you tax him heavily, he's just going to look at it. He's going to say, all my hard work isn't being recognised. He was like, I'm not being helped. He was like, you know what? I can take my workforce and take them to another location, especially if it's a remote business. We live in a digital era where it's so easy and mobility. You can do that. You don't have to be stationed in London. Yeah. And also, London is expensive. It puts businesses off. So if you want to tax them even more, how much can you actually? How much can you do? Are we going to have a socialist government like that in France?
I think this is a very dangerous thing to do, because once people leave, because they do contribute towards the economy, and the economy is not really in a good place right now as it is, right? If they leave and they contribute somewhere else, well, I mean, I heard rich people pay the most tax anyway.
They do, they do in some cases, but there is something to note that they do have access to better accountants.
Okay.
But all in all, like there's a rich list that's posted for the people who paid the largest amount of tax.
Okay.
And one of the guys there is like 34, 35, and he paid something like 200 mil in tax, and he's a trader.
Okay.
So he has a trading company, but he's a fine example. He has a trading company over 100 people. If the UK taxes him heavily, they're going to lose out on the tax revenue generated.
I think it's a loser mentality to think, because I'm not rich, the rich should suffer because I'm suffering. Yeah. I always had that mentality of, okay, right now, I don't have my stuff built the way it is, but it will be in the future, or it could possibly be in the future. So why would I want it to negatively impact me in the future?
Yeah.
I think it's just such a loser mentality to have.
Yeah, it's a narrow.
I was talking about this to my cousin. He has like 2 properties in Dubai. He was like, "Yeah, I agree with you. It's such a loser thing to have."
Yeah, and he's probably moved over there because he was in Germany, wasn't he?
He was in Germany.
Yeah, and
Turkey.
Okay, so
I don't know about taxes in Turkey, but yeah, he was.
It's still lower. It's still lower than the UK.
Yeah, the UK is finished.
How does this sound, right? You get taxed on everything you buy. You get taxed on your salary.
Yeah.
And then that tax just continuously continues.
Yeah.
And it's
ridiculous. It is ridiculous. This place is like a farming station at this point.
Or it's something that designs people to just work in the system.
Trapped.
And it doesn't want individuals to start businesses, take risks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They want to derail that.
Yeah.
In comparison to the US, is there such a thing as the British dream?
No.
You've seen how big the American dream is. Every
it's like
film,
a casual thing. The American dream. I mean, the American dream's dying as well, man.
It is, but it's still more possible. I've spoke to doctors who, but I've got a family member who's a doctor, and in the UK they don't look after doctors. We've got a police force that is
scared to do their job.
Yeah, and if you want to
criticised,
well, there's not enough police officers as it is.
Well, look, I think there's enough police officers. They need to just get them out of the office. I think they
You
need
think
to.
so?
Yeah, they need to just get them out of the office. I don't think they make them do much, or they
No.
make them stop small criminals like littering or spitting on the floor, peeing on the floor. You know, they waste their time. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. They just waste time because most of them are scared to do their jobs now because they get criticized or they're scared of criminals.
Because everything's so video mentality, cancel
Everyone's got
culture.
cameras now. Cancel culture.
Someone could
Yeah.
record someone,
Yeah.
and you've done something out of line, but
Yeah.
it tarnishes every bit of hard work that you've done over the past 20 years,
That's true.
and the credibility's gone like that.
Yeah.
Like that's not an era to live in. That's just not nice. It's cancel culture isn't good.